from the liver point of view, they're reasonably happy with things. Things are going according to plan. But the way things stand at the moment, it wouldn't be appropriate for Simon to go home. Whatever his reasons for deciding to take the overdose don't seem to have been addressed. I think he's still not very happy about his circumstances, and I think feels that he's quite ambivalent about being alive, and he's unhappy and he's angry and he's upset and guilty, and I think all of those things are going on. Do you feel okay in yourself in terms of the decisions you made and the actions you made?
Last week I felt I'd made the wrong decision, because the first thing he said to me practically was, "Why did you call 999?" But I couldn't have done anything else, really. It is, for him it might be the wrong decision. For his family and everybody, perhaps it's the right one. I don't know.
And for you it was an automatic thing when somebody's taken an overdose?
Yes, I don't think I could live with myself if I hadn't. On the other hand, I'm not sure if I can live with myself and him now that I have, so it's a terrible dilemma.
Sorry?
Certainly his sons would say, we have every confidence that he will get better and get through it.
Okay.
It's really that optimism that's the question. If I believed that he would get through it, of course there's no question. We do try. He did seem a lot better 2 or 3 months ago, and now he seems, there he is back again. So,
sure.
Maybe never.
Okay.
Anyway.
At the Children's Hospital, Nicola's family are on their way to see her for the first time since the operation.
It was nice to see her, scared. And even though she's got all the tubes and everything, you can still see that, she's still there and it's still her, and I'll be happy to see her though when she's running about with a dog. And
okay.
you're looking really good, Nicola. You look fantastic, darling.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Nicola, doesn't she look good?
Yes, she does.
Are you pleased with her?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Excellent. So how's she doing? Right, oh yes, so she's good. Wound drain isn't bad, is it? And her various blood tests. I mean, her platelets were 48. That's all right, really. I'm just saying we're very pleased with her, actually. The liver seems fine overnight. Yes, if they're all right, then they can begin to wake her up. Okay?
Just thank you.
Oh, well.
All of you. Just really.
Well, we keep our fingers crossed. Okay? All right, we'll see you later then.
You okay? Yeah? Oh, you're brilliant.
You know what's going on, you know you are.
You're brilliant. It's okay. Can't tell what she's saying. Come see if you can see. Are you sore?
You're hot.
You're hot.
Okay.
Yes, brilliant. Brilliant. Everything's working. The new liver's working well. And the body's coping.
Once she's got the thing out of her throat, I think she'll be able to get a bit more settled then, and when she wakes up properly as well, that'll help.
Yeah.
She's still a bit groggy and just comes in and out of it a bit. As long as the doctors aren't panicking, I try not to.
Okay?
Feels wrong. Someone like me should get a new liver.
What did you think should have happened?
Should have gone to someone else. Suppose there was someone else. I wanted to go home, but psychiatric people are not going to let me. Half the problem is now that doctors are not going to let me out or anything, and they're going to put me back in mental hospital, say.
My brothers very kindly came all the way up to Oxford to tell me the news rather than tell me on the phone that he'd gone to Bury Head cliff and jumped off 200 feet or whatever.
The last time I saw him, it was a very cold atmosphere. He hadn't changed from his state that he'd been in for the last year and a half or so. He wasn't, and there was no one really staring back at you.
I think he felt he was finally in control. I know he was feeling he just needed to escape from the condition. I don't know. No one can understand it who's never had it, I'm sure. But at least it was his decision and we have to respect it. Even though his absence is a very great presence. That's it.
You had mocks for a week. Tell us about your mocks. Tell Granny. Projects and everything.
Yeah, for 17, 16 years of my life, he was the best dad you can ask for it.
So embarrassed. Ungrizzled beard, man.
I know, it's so great.
All family friends mentioned about how that one of his best aspects was as a father to young children.
What do you like most?
I like most watching you playing football, being with the family when things are going well, travelling with the family.
And one of the reasons why we've been able to cope with this so well and be supportive with each other and stuff is and the family he created. So.
History. The unit has performed over 2,500 liver transplants, only a tiny proportion to paracetamol overdose patients.
I don't think there's any great difference on transparent and fair in the whole.
I've looked up the database. I think we've done 59 transplants, paracetamol overdose, and this is the who's actually turned around and actually successfully committed, which might almost suggest that if anything could have been too strict.
It's nice to see that there isn't, any evidence there of any...
The team must establish if in Simon Vickers' case the criteria were applied correctly.
I mean, it is a value judgment up to a point that you have to do your best, often without all the information you require.
The family and the GP and the psychiatrist were all contacted within a relatively short period of time, and it was medics from all of them were very supportive for him.
Yeah, that there still was a hope that if we could get him through this very difficult stage, that his prognosis would be very good.
How easy is it from the past history, what's going to happen to the future?
You want to give the patient the benefit of the doubt if there is some doubt. And I think, I've thought about this a lot myself, and I think given the same sort of set of circumstances and the same amount of information, I think I would have made the same decision.
I mean, going on from that as well, I think even if there is a family history of
the outcome were that we were on the whole doing the right thing. A great deal more you can do, and occasionally you'll get it wrong, or you'll make a decision. I don't think that we did get it wrong. Actually, I think we got it right. It was an unforeseeable outcome. His eventual death.
These decisions become harder every year as the gap between the number of transplant patients and the number of organs available widens. Today, of potential donors refuse to donate when a relative dies. A week after Nicola's operation, she is out of intensive care and recovering well.
Cheers. A lot happier. And the thought of going home and everything as well. A lot happier.
Relief, I think.
Yes.
Relief that it's all just been, it's gone so well and so smoothly.
Can you believe that when you're going home? And got the giggles.
Nicola's lungs are already showing signs of improvement.
That's not far off the yellow marker.
Well done.
Yeah.
Thinking a lot about the family that have donated, you know, thinking about them a lot, and Nicola's thinking about them as well.
And there's a wheelchair for you. Good. Just tell me if you need to stop. Okay.
Looking forward immediately, just seeing her getting better and moving a bit better. I mean, she started to eat, which is good. Seeing her being able to move around.
There we go. Do you want to sit down or walk back?
The team are confident enough about Nicola's progress to let her go home.
Woo! Bentley!
Next week on Edge of Life, what risk for a new face? The story of Elise Crump and her family's struggle to give her a better future.
If you've been affected by any of the issues in tonight's programme and would like to talk to someone in confidence for further information and support, please call the BBC on 08000 68 70 60. That's 08000 68 70 60. Lines may be busy, so please remember that the Action Line is open 7 days a week from 7:30 a.m. to midnight. All calls are free